Hi, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Ben.
And together we are 15 Degrees North.
Today we're going to show you the sights and sounds of...
Norfolk is a county in eastern England covering the northern portion of East Anglia.
Famously flat, the land is riddled with rivers and canals, all linked together to form the UK's largest inland waterway network.
Add to that all the windmills, which were historically used to pump water out of the low-lying farmland, you'd be forgiven for thinking we were in the Netherlands.
Does this remind you of anywhere?
Maybe Holland?
Funny that. And there's an area around here called South Holland. I wonder why. Is there anything lovelier than just tootling around next to open water? The waterways are all part of the Norfolk Broads National Park.
So what exactly is a broad?
Well, I'm glad you asked. A broad is a lake which was formed artificially, albeit accidentally, thanks to long-standing peat farming.
The Vikings, who settled in the area during the Dark Ages, considered trees too precious a material to burn for fuel, so instead they brought the practice of peat farming across from Scandinavia.
However, due to rising sea levels, the vast holes they dug in the peat bogs eventually flooded, forming the Broads that we see today.
Which is why the area now looks as it does.
So it's entirely the Vikings' fault that East Anglia looks as it does.
Correct.
Historically, the Broads were not a pleasant place to be.
Waterlogged, prone to flooding and riddled with disease-carrying mosquitoes, this was one corner of Britain that was left largely uninhabited for a long time.
However, the eventual construction of windmills left some of the land suitable for farming, and the rivers became a hot spot for water sports enthusiasts from across England.
Norwich is an ancient city and claims to have England's most complete medieval centre.
Don't get me started on how ridiculous it is that British councils have allowed historical town centres to be demolished.
Well, you don't have to be angry about that one in Norwich.
The city dates back all the way to the Celtic era, when it was the capital of the Iceni people.
Which means that Britain's greatest warrior princess, Boudicca, lived right here.
The cathedral is one of Britain's largest, and it towers over the city centre.
Although it's not to be mixed up with its second cathedral, which is Roman Catholic and 5 minutes walk away.
The city revolves around Norwich Castle, but that was covered in scaffolding when we visited.
Bloody typical.
Norfolk is also known for its beautiful coastline.
Exposed to the North Sea, the Norfolk coast is famed for its quaint seaside towns and vast sandy beaches.
We strongly suggest that you set aside a day and do as we did, starting our road trip in Cromer and ending in Hunstanton.
This route was suggested to us by a local and she was completely right. The drive is gorgeous and there are so many cute villages to take in on the way.
There are lots of places on the North Norfolk coast that are called something next to the sea. We're in Cley-next-the-Sea right now, but unfortunately we're not really next to the sea anymore because the salt flats have built up and turned into marshes, and actually now we are several kilometres away from the coast. So they haven't changed their names, which makes their names lies. Wherever you go in Norfolk, you'll see that the county embraces its maritime heritage in a big way.
No matter where you are, you're never far from a beach or a river, so it makes sense to embrace the nautical lifestyle to the max.
Whether you love bumbling about on a boat, sunbathing on golden sands, crabbing, fishing, surfing, swimming, or simply sipping a G&T in a beach hut, Norfolk is the place for you.
And the beaches are absolutely enormous, with sounds rolling far to the horizon when the tide is out.
Can you even see the sea, Jérémy? Thought not.
Oh, and side note, if you did like we did and visited Provence off-season and missed the lavender in bloom, you can actually see the Norfolk lavender instead.
So if you're there between June and August, go and take a peek.
Thanks for watching.
Be sure to like, share and subscribe.
And follow us on Instagram at 15 degrees north.
Make sure to tune in to our next video to see where in the world we end up next.
See ya.
Bye!